Hi, English students, welcome back. So congratulations, you have made it to the fourth and final essay in this class. This is the biggest essay that we write for the course. It is also the last essay that you will be writing for me. So this is the culmination of what we've been doing. So we are bringing it all together here in the research essay. So we're going to talk about the research essay today. So, research essay. Let's talk about that. So, the first thing you're going to have to do is think about a topic that interests you or a topic that you would like to know more about. I often suggest to students that they look into the field of study that they want to go into and look at some hot topics that relate to the field of study that they are planning on doing as a career. Or you could do a societal issue, or you could do something that affects your life currently, a genetic disease, could be something that you deal with within your family. Any type of hot topic that you would like to investigate, research, and learn more about. This is going to be a two-part essay, very, very important. So part one is the informative aspect of the paper. So you are going to go back to that informative writing style, get away from persuasive, go back to the who, what, the when, the where, the how, the definition, the compare and contrast, all the tools that we used previously to inform someone about a topic. You're going to have a thesis, and you are also going to have a research question, which will become part two of the paper. Again, you'll have 3 or 4 main points associated with your topic, but you will introduce the research question within your introduction. So part one of your paper, which is the informative aspect, should be the first 3 pages, approximately 3 pages. The first 3 pages should be information only. No persuasive, no opinion, nothing, just information. Part 2 then will respond to the research question that you pose within your introduction. So you get to create your own research question and respond to it. And that would be a controversial question that relates to the topic that you have decided to research. Then in part 2, you'll use a belief statement and supporting reasons to expand upon your research question and to address it. So you will integrate some of the primary research into your beliefs, and there is information on primary versus secondary research in the course site. Please take a look at that and make sure you know the difference between primary and secondary research. There is also a quiz that you'll be taking about that. Remember that the opinion portion of the paper should only be in response to the research question, and you will clearly mark part 1 and part 2 of your paper by using subheads, and subheads can be 14-point bold, 12-point bold, whatever you want to do to jazz it up. So think of a newspaper article. It's not all text typically, it's broken into pieces, especially if it's a long article or a magazine article. And those subheads then, like your textbook has subheads, will be your 3 main points. So we will very clearly be able to see part 1, all the information, and part 2, the response to the research question. So I would suggest definitely outlining your topic to make sure you stay on point. So you can see a sample outline off to the right, straight up standard, main point 1, main point 2, main point 3, your research question, your belief statement, and your support. Kind of like what we've been doing so far. You are actually going to conduct some of your own primary research on this topic. Well, how do you conduct primary research? Well, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. So one, you will want to request an interview of someone who is a professional in the area that you are researching. So if you are doing something related to law, you might want to interview a police officer. If you are doing something in relation to education, you might want to interview a teacher. If you are doing something in relationship to medicine, you might want to interview a doctor. So you are going to reach out to someone, request an interview, send them 5 to 8 questions maximum within either an email, or you can do a face-to-face interview. Obviously, you won't ask them any personal questions, but you'll try to ask them some questions that will help you respond to your research question. They can also help you determine what your research question might be by identifying controversial topics within your topic. You can also decide that you'd want to create a survey. So you can type up a short 1 to 10 question survey and distribute it on SurveyMonkey or Survey Planet or any of the other survey sites that you know, post it on your social media page and get as many responses to your survey as possible. There are examples of that on our Blackboard site. So primary research is research, obviously, that you conduct yourself. So if you use an interview, you would want to integrate it as such. So Dr. Bill Grant, who was interviewed on April 13th, 2017, stated da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? If you use survey information, SurveyMonkey and most of the survey sites will calculate out your statistics for you, but if not, you could say something like 3 out of 20 people surveyed in an Illinois Central College survey stated that smoking laws are too strict. Or you could say one, if they give you an open-ended question, you could say one smoker who responded to the ICC survey stated, even though I'm a smoker, I don't believe that I should be able to smoke wherever I want. You know, you can integrate quotes from them. You can use the statistics from the survey. You can use the quotes from the interview. You can do either. You can do both. You definitely have to have one. Interviews can typically be easier than surveys, but you decide what you want to do. And if you have questions about either, please let me know. So really important, the number 2, remember this is a 2-part essay. Part 1 being the informative aspect of the paper, talking about your topic. Part 2 being a response to a research question of your making that's related to a controversial topic within your topic. Please keep in mind, you might want to find a book on your topic. It always helps break down the information. You want to use subheads to define each area of the paper, part 1 and part 2. You want to look for a journal article for research, at least one. You'll need to have an MLA Works Cited page, and you will have your primary research. So we will look now at the course site and look at the research essay description. Again, all of these notes are found on the Blackboard page, so you can always go back to the notes and reference them if you ever have questions. So again, the research essay is a 2-part essay. We're integrating 2 writing styles. Part 1 is integrating the informative writing style, and part 2 is persuasive. So you are going to define, classify, explain the subject, and then you're going to respond with a belief statement to a research question that you devise. This is the longest of our papers, so keep in mind this should be anywhere from 5 to 7 pages, which is approximately 2,000 words. So make sure you factor that in as you are writing. You want to find plenty of good information. You want to have a good research question that you can respond to. And then using your survey or your interview, integrating that in as primary research. Timelines will be discussed on email, so please pay attention to all due dates and all timelines. We're going to take a look really quickly at our sample research paper. So under the notes, you should see sample research paper. Go ahead and open that file and take a look at it. So this was a research paper done by a previous student. This is, I believe, the outline. So the student started with body image in young girls. So it started with a shocking statistic. So in 2009, the University of Texas did a study among girls between the ages of 10 to 16 across the United States. The results showed that girls were being rewarded to think in a manner of anti-fat. So it kind of goes into body image distortion. It uses reputable organizations like the National Eating Disorders Association to pull a definition. They say body image can be broken into negative and positive. Body image problems can contribute to diseases which may ultimately require treatment. So that's how they're going to break down their topic. So they're going to break it into positive body images, body image, negative body images, the types and causes, the ailments and treatments, so the types of ailments and the types of treatments, and then they develop their research question. Their research question was, is the media to blame for the rise in body image disorders? Well, then they would have to create a belief statement, which they do, and then support to that. So they say, I believe the media is to blame for the rise in body image disorders because remember that link, because fake retouched images create high unrealistic standards about one's own personal image. Images in the media are not representative of the population, and most young women live in a media-obsessed world, cannot get away from the height and weight, physical appearance demands in culture. So those were the three supporting reasons for their belief statement. So then they would go into those and support them the belief that they believe the media is to blame for the rise in body image disorders. You can also set up your outline just like that. It will help you separate your paper out into the part 1 and the part 2. Please note there's information on primary versus secondary research, and then there is a primary and secondary research quiz that you will need to take. If you are out doing research, there is a research day planner that you can actually go through and plan out your research. And then there's information about creating open versus closed-ended questions in a survey, as well as information about surveys and interviews in general. Please take a look at those before you conduct any type of interview. Also on the page, there's information about some topic ideas. So there's a couple different links for topic ideas. If you are struggling, please let me know via email if you are ready to have your topic approved by the instructor. Good luck and happy writing.